Well, I have one more question for the panel before we let them go. I think if we would have talked 3 years ago, none of us would have really known what Twitter was or what YouTube was. And I mean, things, as the panel said, things are changing so fast. So I'd like, before we wrap it up, each panelist to talk about or mention one thing that 3 years from now is going to be, or 5 years from now is going to be very important to all of us that's tied to the internet, but it may not be common knowledge in kind of mainstream media now. What is, for an audience like this, business people, what is the thing on the horizon they need to be most aware of?
I guess I'll go first. The big thing I'll mention in closing is you're going to see video and TV and the web come together in a huge way in the next 2 to 3 years. Early on that wasn't possible because there just wasn't enough bandwidth and the infrastructure couldn't handle it, but you're about to see all kinds of really amazing things that are already in the works. You're eventually going to be able to have widgets on your TV, and there's going to be all kinds of cool stuff, all kinds of rich media, emotional experiences that can be had on the web. A tangible example to illustrate that point is, I don't know how many of you are aware you can go look at all your favorite TV shows online now, and they have the ability where you can just watch the TV show that you missed right on your laptop and even plug it into your TV if you like. And there's been all kinds of disputes in the media industry about how that's being tracked and kept up with. So that's where the trend is headed, and you can expect to see more of it.
I wouldn't even go 3 to 5 years, because I think even 3 years is just way too unpredictable. I think within the next year or two, in terms of marketing in the internet, I think just to agree with what Justin was saying, I think video is going to become a lot more important. Video is a lot of fun. And who's watched the YouTube video in the last week here in the room? About a quarter, I think, or something like that. I would guess that
who's watched the CNN video?
Who's watched the CNN video? Not that many. I would venture that within 6 months' time, we ask the same question here. Everybody in the room is gonna. This is like on fire right now, and that's what we're all going to be doing in the next year or so. I think that the PC, the computer, is going to become less important in general. There was a comment about Bill Gates earlier being not a big early proponent of the internet. I don't think even Microsoft is going to exist in probably 3 to 5 years, personally.
So.
And
So if you're looking for a stock to short,
yeah.
we're just
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I called eBay also a year ago also. But and the other thing that has been really interesting in the last 8 months is the whole smartphone thing. A year ago, nobody really. I mean, there's 10-15% of people have BlackBerries and iPhones. Now, raise your hand if you if you can get email on your phone now, in the room. 6 months, you'll all have it. So, the big advantage of the iPhone over the BlackBerry at this point is the iPhone really is a browser with email capability, and the BlackBerry is really a phone with the browser capability. As the web moves to the personal devices, that's why the iPhone has done so well, is because it really lets you integrate the web, take it with you on a daily basis, and I think that's a major trend that's happening right now.
Brett, you want to give your?
I think, as you might have guessed, user-generated reviews in the next 3 years. We'll all be living and dying by them. I think it's an essential trend. We've got to get our hands around real quickly. Those who will succeed will do it early. And then I got to agree with Fred. Video is coming in a tremendous way. Nielsen expects by 2011, 70% of U.S. households will have broadband in their house. Right now, YouTube says that a video ad is 10 times more effective than a display ad. And we're all watching videos. CNN has videos on it. Unfortunately, it's going to make our marketing costs more expensive, because it's certainly more expensive to develop video ads, but it's something we're going to have to get our hand around. Mobile phones, again, I agree with Fred. I think the United States has been 10 years behind the rest of the world, certainly behind Asia. That's changing so fast. It wasn't supposed to change this fast, but the iPhone came out, and they opened the platform up. And now everyone can create an app. That wasn't possible 2 years ago. If you wanted to develop software for that industry, you weren't allowed on deck, as they called it, without their permission. Now, every company, our company included, we're creating a mobile app. It's really very exciting. And that's where the net's going to be. It's going to be in everybody's pocket at every single second of the day, which is a fantastic thing for marketers, because we can talk to you always. And then, finally, I would say, don't forget to have a balanced buy. The internet is not everything. It is still, as Fred said, 12% of a company's average marketing budget, and that's what it should be. Remember, there's 510 people in this room because of a newspaper, a traditional print vehicle has brought us all together, and that's the incredible thing. I mean, don't put all your marketing dollars in the internet, because there's other avenues like print vehicles that deserve and need and clearly can get a tremendous response.
By the way, Brett's going to be on every panel now for the rest of the Chip?
When I think about you all and this meeting, and I think, well, if you went home tonight and you said, how'd it go? I mean, you've heard a lot of stuff. I don't know what you tell your husband or wife. So I would approach this question differently. I would say, in the next 36 months, what is my strategy going to be in my business? And I would kind of take the Andy Grove, who ran Intel for a number of years, I'd just be paranoid. Who is trying to take my customers away from me? And I watched in the last company I started, which was an online financial services software company. I watched software developers come into my office with these wonderful ideas, and I came to the conclusion from 93 to 99 that one great software developer could do the work of 20 average folks, so it was nonlinear. And then someone said to me, he said, well, we need to go to India. All right, so my chief technology officer was from MIT. I said, we're going to get on the plane and we're going to go to India. And we're going to go to the India Institute of Technology. There are 1 million applicants for 1,000 spots. So we interviewed all these 26, 28-year-old software developers. And my MIT guy said, they're better than we are. So what I'm saying to you is this. If from a nascent stage of here's what I'm going to do to protect my customer base, who is my competition going to be 36 months from now, to implementing that strategy is going to take 18 months. It's from conception to implementation. And then it's all about execution at the end of the day. Execution, execution, execution. So I would focus like a laser beam on how to accomplish that over the next 6 months and implement over the next 12 and on down the line.
Debbie?
And we hired